So here unit number 2 is all about software requirements, right? So this is the overall content of your unit number 2. So if you could check unit number 2, the name given is software requirements. So in the first unit, we got to know what is software, what are different software development models, what are the different activities that are carried out during the software development process. So once again, I will revise it. These are the 4 basic activities which are carried out during the software development, right? So the first activity that is carried out is software specification. Software specification includes all about the software requirements also. Okay. Then we have software development. So software development is all about developing a software which includes about your coding and testing. Okay, which includes about your coding and testing. So after the coding is done, there is a stage where we have to test the software and check whether the software is running correctly or not. So that is called as a software validation. And then we have software evolution, which is all about the maintenance of the software. So when they will ask you what are the different set of activities that are carried out during the software development, these are the 4 activities which we are going to carry out. So what are the 4 activities? Those 4 activities are: first is the software specification, second is software development, third is software validation. Here, in development, you can take as a designing, okay, plus coding. Software validation is all about implementation of a software and testing the software. Software evolution is installing the software to the customer's desktop and doing the maintenance of the software. So these are the 4 different activities which are carried out during the software development process. So in this diagram also, you can see here one more slide is there. So which will tell you about the activities which are basically carried out during the software development process. That is discovery, planning, designing, development, testing, and maintenance. So guys, these are the various activities. But in software engineering subject, okay, you are going to learn each of this as a unique chapter. You are going to learn each of them as a chapter here. It means you're going to learn one chapter which will tell you about requirements. You will learn about a second unit that is called as a software requirement. This is all about your second unit, that is software requirement. This is all about your third unit, which is nothing but designing. Okay, designing, in which we will see different kinds of designs, architectures, diagrams, and we will also see about the coding. And then we will learn one that is your fourth unit, which will be totally related to testing. So second unit, this will be your third unit, this will be your fourth unit, and maintenance is all about project planning, that we will learn in fifth unit. So this is second, third, fourth, and fifth unit. So each of these parts or each of these activities we are going to learn as different units for your syllabus. So considering that, I'm going to start your second unit. So that second unit is all about the requirements. Okay. The second unit is all about the software requirement, right? Yes. So we all know what is a software, right? We all know what is a software. The thing which has to be studied, okay, the thing which we need to study is more about requirements. So here we are going to see more about requirement. Okay, so now let me tell you or highlight you about, okay, requirements. So according to you, can anybody tell me what is requirement? Anybody can tell me if you know what is a requirement? Okay, so when we want to develop a software, what is the first initial step? Collection of the requirements. Okay, so requirements are nothing but the data which is provided to us by the customer before the software development. So that data, okay, it may contain every requirement of the customer. It will provide us the data set, okay, for the development of a software required by our customer. So sometimes the customer may provide you the complete requirement, or sometimes the customer himself is not clear that what are the exact requirements. So requirement plays very important role when it comes to software development. Why? Because it is just like a problem statement. So the problem statement which we have to implement into the code. So once if the requirement is clear, then only we can code it correctly. If information is not clear, it is not possible to develop a quality software. So requirement is nothing but the information set or the collection of data which is being provided by the customer during the software developments. Okay. So the requirement is very important, because depending on this, you are going to frame other constraints of your system. Okay, so constraints are nothing but the factors that are related during the development of a software. So already I had told you constraints, it may include the time constraint, it may include the cost constraint, software requirements, hardware requirements, allocating the resources, everything, okay, that is needed for a development. So requirement plays very important role. Once when you have a complete requirement set, then and then only you can go for the software development, right? See, this is inevitable as requirements may serve a dual function. So it is very important. It is compulsory that we have requirement. Okay. Yeah. Why? See, because maybe the basis for a bid for a contract, maybe the basis for a contract itself, both these statements may be called as a requirement. So what does it mean? Whatever requirement is provided by the customer, okay, that information you're going to take and then you're going to interpret that information to go for the next phase of your software development, right? So it is needed to provide all the information in detail. If the customer fails to provide you the information in detail, then your work is more there. It is the job of a team, that is software development team, to collect the information and then reframe the requirements. Okay. So in short, the requirements, okay, in short, the requirements are nothing but the data that is being provided by the customer during the software development. Okay. So according to Davis, right? So I will just brief this paragraph. I will just brief this paragraph for you. Okay. I will do a briefing. So what does this paragraph means? Whenever we want to develop a software project, or whenever we want to develop a software, the customer is the major or the main role here, one who will deliver us the information, or the customer can also be called as what, a client. If the client knows that what kind of software is required by him, he will be able to share you the correct information. If the client doesn't know anything about software, or the client is not clear about his information, then it is a difficult task, okay, because our team has to work and collect the set of requirements. So requirements are nothing but collecting all the data and sorting the data that is being required for us. We will get a lot of data, but what is needed? We needed the specific data for our development. Okay. For example, if I say web programming, if I say web programming, there are a lot of things which comes in web programming, but you are not like, we don't need the entire web programming here. Okay, we will go according to the syllabus. That is nothing but sorting of data according to our requirements. Okay, we want only that data. We don't want entire web programming syllabus. We want a specific or only limited amount of chapters from that. That is nothing but sorting. Okay, so all right. See, both of these documents may be called as the requirements. Okay. So one thing is that you will collect the data from the customer, or another thing is that you have to work, okay, for the collection of the requirement. Okay, so today I felt to share few videos, okay, and depending on that videos, the entire chapter is related. Okay, so we are going to see two case studies today to know how exactly the requirements are collected and how the software is going to work, right? So there are two case studies. Depending on this case studies, it becomes easy for you to understand what are requirements and how the requirements are collected and how the same requirements are designed or converted into code. So in the last unit also I tried to tell you, suppose we want to solve a problem through the computer, that problem is called as what? A problem statement. And when that problem statement is converted into an algorithm, that is nothing but a set of steps to solve the problem. Then that algorithm is converted into flowchart to indicate the flow of the data. And then the flowchart is converted into what? It is converted into code. So same thing we are going to do in the software development also. All right. Yeah. So depending on that aspect, we need two different types of information. Okay. First is user requirement and second is the system requirement. So these are the two major types of requirements, okay, which we need during the development, right? Okay, so user requirements, what are these? These are like the statements which are written in natural language, okay, plus the diagram of services, right? So usually user will not give you the structured format of data, isn't it? User will not give us the structured format of data. So what user is going to give you? Okay, so suppose user will tell that I want a software to open, right? So he will tell that I want a software to open the door automatically, right? So this is the requirement which is given by the user. So this requirement is called as what? This requirement is nothing but what? It is called as a problem statement. So this is the statement which is given by the user. This is the task which is given by the user to the company, that is software development company. Now, how this can be implemented? It is the job of a developing team. Okay, it is the job of a developing team to decide that how to open this or how to open the door automatically. So that is the job of a developer to decide the code. This is the only requirement given by the customer. So requirements are given in natural language. So naturally the customer will tell us like this. As I want a software to open the door automatically for my house. So this is the requirement which is given by the customer. Now what is the next job? You have to take this requirement and then you have to write an algorithm for this. Algorithm is how you are going to solve this problem step by step. And after writing the algorithm, you will form a flow chart. So flow chart is indication of what? How the data is going to flow. Suppose how you are going to draw a flow chart for this. Okay. So first, suppose I will take one example. First, here I will take the customer will enter the house. Then the image of customer is scanned. And then the scanned image is matched with the current person. And if both are same, then the door is going to open. In this way, I am going to make some diagrammatic representation. Are you getting that? So the customer can tell us in this way. The customer can only explain in this way. Okay. He doesn't know how to explain the entire data set. Are you getting that? Okay. So these kind of requirements can be provided to us by the customer. All right. Okay. And what else information the customer can provide us? He may provide us operational constraints. Okay. So what are operational constraints? He may tell us that I want you to develop a software in a very, very latest technology. I want you to develop a software within 2 lakh rupees. We cannot afford more than 2 lakh rupees. So everything that is provided by the user to the developer during the development of a software is called as a user requirement. So these requirements are provided to us by the customer. Okay, fine. Then what is second one? Second one is the system requirement, right? So the data is here. See, a structured document setting out detailed description. We have a structured documentation. In system requirement, what we are going to do? We are going to form a structured documentation. What it will tell us? It will tell us about the system's functions. We will find out, or we will discover the initial functions that are required to convert this problem into coding. Then we will also finalize the operational constants. So in system requirements, what we will do? First thing, we will develop a documentation. Second thing, we are going to finalize the constants. Operational constants means what? Which software you are going to use, what are the hardware requirements, or what are the software requirements. All this comes under the operational constants. Okay, then we should also define what should be implemented. So may be a part of contract between client and a contractor. So in system requirements, so you are also going to form some documents to bind with the client and the contractor. Okay, so client and the contractor, what is the difference between client and a contractor? So contractor is a person, one who has made a contract with your company, right? Then client is a person, any person, one who is going to use this software. So that is called as what? Client. All right. So in this way, we need two different sets of requirements, that is user requirements as well as system requirements. So in short, guys, so user requirements are all about the requirements which are provided by the user and needed for the user. So what are system requirements? The requirements which are designed or decided by the developing team and which are needed for the development of our software. So that is called as system requirement. Yes, is it clear? Is it clear about user and system requirements? Is it clear? Okay, so today we will see, so I think we have time until 10, I have started at 11, so until 11:45, I think we have time. So I will try to complete these case studies today. So we are going to see two case studies. Case studies are nothing but we are going to see how these systems are going to work. So first we will see a personal insulin pump. Okay, then there is one more software system called as a mental health. Okay, mental health case or mental health care patient management system and wilderness weather station. So these are the three systems which I am going to discuss with you. Okay, initially these two are used everywhere in the second unit. Means I have taken example of these both systems in this chapter. Considering these two systems, I have given all the examples in this chapter. Okay, fine. Yes. So now what is this insulin pump control system? See, this is nothing but what? This is nothing but what? These are the statements or activities which are carried out by this insulin pump. These are collection of activities which are carried out by the insulin pump. All right. So I am going to show you one video and then it becomes easy to you to understand what is this insulin pump control system. Okay. So please keep your mobiles on high volume. Okay. I am going to show you one video. See, this system is called as what? Insulin blood pump. See this one, insulin blood pump. This is one system. So okay, so insulin blood pump, what it is going to do, it is for a diabetes patient, those who are having diabetes or sugar. For that they are giving some amount of injections to control the sugar level. So I will just share you one video. All right, then it will become clear to you. Okay, is the screen visible? Is the video screen visible to all of you? Video screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See this WebMD, is this screen visible? Video loading screen is visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, fine. So here it will show you exactly how does this system works. So the video is loading. Today the internet is a bit slow.
I'm sharing group.
Okay, until that video gets open. Okay. Yeah, I think it is open. Is it visible?
If you have been diagnosed with type 1 or
Is
type
it
2
audible?
diabetes, you can use an insulin pump to control
Is
your
it audible,
blood
guys?
glucose level. An insulin pump is a battery-powered device
Can
used
you
to
hear
deliver
the video?
rapid-acting insulin to the body through a
Yes,
catheter,
ma'am.
replacing
Okay.
the need for periodic injections. The parts of the device include a battery-powered pump, a disposable reservoir of insulin. If you have been diagnosed with type 1 or type 2 diabetes, you can use an insulin pump to control your blood glucose level. An insulin pump is a battery-powered device used to deliver rapid-acting insulin to the body through a catheter, replacing the need for periodic injections. The parts of the device include a battery-powered pump, a disposable reservoir of insulin, and a computer chip programmed to deliver precise dosages. To help maintain a consistent glucose level, you can program the pump ahead of time for continuous insulin delivery 24 hours a day. An insulin pump can help you adjust your blood sugar immediately. You can also program the pump to deliver larger bolus doses of insulin right before eating to accommodate or cover the amount of carbohydrates you are about to eat. Once you have determined your glucose level with a glucose meter, you can program your pump to send the correct amount of insulin into your body. Insulin travels from the pump through an infusion set, including a flexible tube attached to a soft plastic cannula inserted just under the skin. Using an insulin pump may help you lead a more flexible lifestyle while helping you maintain a more consistently stable glucose level. Studies show that regular monitoring and maintenance of glucose levels help prevent long-term diabetic complications such as blindness, kidney disease, heart disease, and stroke.
Okay, did you watch that video? Okay, see, this is the link. Very good explanation of how exactly that insulin pump works. Okay, it's a very nice description. Okay. Just a minute, guys. I'll just stop that video. All right. So, who will will tell me what was observed by you people in this video. Did anybody got to know how that device works? See, this is the device. Okay, this is the device. Huh? So I will tell you. I'll just take an image of this. All right. So is this screen visible? The screen of second unit is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. See, now you saw one device, right? So what is that device? That device is having, okay, one control system. That device, okay, which you see here, this device is having one control system. And what that control system is going to do? So there are some strips, okay, which are going to check the sugar level, right? It is going to check the sugar level of the patient. And after checking that sugar level, the device is trained, okay, to give the injection to the patient. So that injection is called as insulin. Huh? So that insulin amount is given to the patient, one who is having a problem of blood sugar, one who have high blood sugar, right? If I'm not wrong, the patient, one who is having diabetes, for them we provide the injection called as insulin. So you can also do that manually, but this is one device, okay, which is going to perform with the help of a automatic control system, right? So we are going to build that automatic control system. So in that control system, what you are going to do? You are going to set, okay, you are going to set how much amount of insulin has to be given to the patient depending upon the certain blood sugar levels and depending upon certain timings. So these are the two important factors to control that device. Okay, what are the two important factors, right? See, I will just try to show you through diagram. Insulin, okay, pump. Just try to show you with the help of diagram. It will become more easy to understand. Just 2 minutes, guys. I am sharing that diagram with you. Okay, is this screen visible to you? The screen is visible to you. This is the device. Okay, if the screen is visible to you guys, just see.
Yes, ma'am.
This is, yeah, okay, thank you. So this is the device. Okay, so this device is having a control system here. This is the control system. So this is the device which will take check your sugar level, right? So on this, the blood is tested, and depending on this, the insulin, this device is programmed. Okay, and depending on the amount of blood sugar level and the timing, at what timing the injections has to be given, you need to set here. So, okay, some settings have to be made, and then the insulin is given to the patient. Okay, so you can place it anywhere on the arms or near, beneath the stomach, on any area you can place this device, right? So in this way, you need to set, okay, in this way you need to set the control to the device. Okay, Yes, I will display you the screen for your unit 2. Okay, now see here. Yes, see, these are the basic activities which are carried out. Okay, so what are the activities? Collect the data from a blood sugar sensor. So there is a sensor who is going to collect the data, right? And it is going to calculate the amount of insulin required to be injected. So it is going to take the insulin level. Okay, it is going to calculate the insulin level, and then only it will provide the injection, right? Then what is the second requirement, guys? Let us see that. The second requirement is calculation based on the rate of change of blood sugar levels. It sends signals to a micro pump to deliver the correct dose of insulin. Okay, this is the third requirement. Fourth one, safety critical system, as low blood sugars can lead to brain malfunctioning, coma, and death, or high blood sugar levels have long-term consequences such as eye and kidney damage. So these are the 4 requirements which are supposed given by the doctor to us during the development of this insulin pump control system. Okay. So by taking these requirements, so how will you just like brief these requirements? Okay, we can brief these requirements saying that the entire control system, that is insulin pump control system, works on 2 factors. What are the 2 factors? One is the blood sugar. Okay, there is a sensor which will collect this level, and then you have to enter and calculate the amount of insulin, right? Second is the time. How many times, okay, it has to give the correct dose, right? So the first one is blood sugar level, and second is the correct dose. So how many times you are going to give the dose, and what are the correct sugar levels of the patient. So these are the 2 main factors which plays very important role to calculate and control the entire insulin pump control software. All right. See what it says. There may be a rate of change of blood sugar level. If the blood sugar level changes, automatically that sensor, it will detect the change in the blood sugar, and it will calculate the amount of insulin depending upon that. So if we give lower amount of dose, what is going to happen? There is a problem of brain malfunctioning, coma, or death. Okay, if we give low insulin. If you give high insulin, it may damage your eye and kidney. So these are the requirements which are at presently given by, suppose one doctor is giving us this requirements for a software development. So this is the first case. Okay. So these are the collection of requirements. These requirements are later on needed to be converted into coding. Okay. Yes. So the time remaining is 1 minute. So in tomorrow's class, we will continue from here. I will continue from the architecture. So if you have any queries, guys, you can please ask. If you have any queries, please ask.